knowing that Steve Fisher is waiting for us to.
That's what makes me good, because we have a guest waiting, and you don't keep. Of all people, you do not keep the Silver Fox waiting ever.
San Diego State, UC Riverside tomorrow at Viejas Arena. We'll be there broadcasting live. And here is Coach Steve Fisher of the Aztecs basketball team. Coach, good afternoon.
The only thing you teased was me. What did I do to make BR mad?
Billy Ray?
Yes.
What did you do?
What did I do?
What'd you do?
I didn't do nothing. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing good, BR.
Coach, you excited? Ready for tomorrow night?
I am very excited. Anytime you begin a new season, you have great expectations and a lot of energy and excitement from the players to the fans. And I can feel that. I'll be anxious to see how we play.
Well, I think that there's more excitement on the streets for San Diego State basketball this year, because every year it seems to build and build. And when I say more this year, people are like excited this year, like we're going to be so good for the next 3 or 4 years because of all these kids that have given verbal commitments combined with the kids that are already here and have eligibility. There's a lot to be excited about around that program right now, Coach.
I would agree. I think it's genuine. We've been good. We will continue to be good. And the players that we've got in the program are all extremely competitive. They've come from very successful programs, high school-wise, and it's translated into a great preseason practice, which I know you know, fans may not know. They changed the rules where we have been allowed 30 practices before the game tomorrow. That's unheard of. Usually we've crammed in 20. We've had 30 practices, so I'm hoping that will show. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but we will find out.
All right. Coach, what about the young guys? I mean, the new faces. Who can you tell us about that you think would make the biggest impact this year as far as the newcomers, the guys that just kind of landed at San Diego State?
4 newcomers. Matt Shrigley was on the team last year but redshirted, did not play from La Costa Canyon. I've talked a lot about him. He's made great strides from year 1 to year 2, and he's fighting for starting spot playing time. So I know all of the Southern California area, especially around the La Costa area, is anxious to see Matt. Mm-hmm. 2 freshmen from Sacramento, a place that we have become pretty successful with our recruiting, from the same high school, Sheldon High School. Dakari Allen, who's the nephew of the Allen that was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We talked about that before. And De'Aro Williams, a point guard. Both of them are very competitive, athletic, and are also fighting for playing time. And the big name is the fifth-year senior, Josh Davis, who's transferred from Tulane. He's 1 year of eligibility. He's in grad school, and he's a very talented player. He averaged 17 points and 10-plus rebounds a game last year for Tulane. And we think that he has a chance to do the same kinds of things for us this year.
So Steve Fisher is our guest on Scott and BR on the Mighty 1090, and San Diego State basketball tips off tomorrow night against UC Riverside. By the way, Josh Davis, you see his picture on the front page of today's sports section?
I did.
He looks like Kawhi Leonard in a Tulane uniform.
A little bit. I would have to agree with that. They asked him that at a press conference. He said, they said, do people mistake you for Kawhi? He said they used to. They used to say, hi, Kawhi. Now they say, hi, Josh, you really look like Kawhi.
He's a little more buff than Kawhi, isn't he?
Well, he's big. I mean,
muscular kid.
But Kawhi was pretty built. I mean, right? He looks so that it's the cornrows and the muscles.
He's about 6. Josh is a little bigger. Josh is a legitimate 6'8". But Josh is a fifth-year senior. That's what Kawhi would have been. Kawhi would have, right? Am I right? Kawhi would have graduated last year. So they're about the same age, and I'm hoping that we could get similar results from Josh compared to what Kawhi gave us.
No doubt.
So, Coach, you mentioned 3 freshmen all battling for playing time, not to mention a fifth-year senior who obviously has an accomplished collegiate career already coming in. That's 4 new guys all battling for playing time. Let's go through some of the names that Aztec fans might already know. I'll just throw out a name. You tell us what you can about this guy. Skylar Spencer, how's he doing?
Skylar's made great progress from year one. He's our starting center as we speak. Gotten stronger, gotten more confident. He set a shot block record last year. I think he will add to that this year. We look for great things from him in the post.
All right. How's X Thames?
Xavier's our fifth-year senior. He should be the leader of the team. He will have the ball and have to make great decisions. He was the key for us last year. When he got hurt, we weren't near as good as when he was playing pain-free and healthy. We hope to have him playing at peak efficiency. If so, he should lead the team.
You know, last year I kept asking you about Dwayne Polee, and then he stepped in and had a big game and then kind of went back a little bit. So I'm wondering if he's met your criteria to battle for more playing time.
Dwayne's in the mix. He, without question, is. He had a hit to the head and had concussion-like symptoms, and we all know what that means. So he missed 9 days of practice. He's back now, full swing, healthy, and he will compete for playing time. We got 11 guys, Scott.
I know, it's incredible. I mean, listen, I haven't even gotten to Winston Shepard.
Winston's much improved. He is bigger. You'll, I think, noticeably stronger. I believe that the best improvement will be made in the mental part of his game. He's playing more comfortable, not worried about mistakes, not worried about playing for somebody else, but just playing basketball for his team. So he should be much improved.
Coach Steve Fisher on Scott and BR on the Mighty 1090. Are you serious, Coach? 11 guys are going to be playing?
I've never, ever played more than 8.5. Last game, exhibition, we played 11 guys, 10 minutes or more. I'm going to try to do that tomorrow. I won't be able to do that with regularity. You have to get into the top 8 by league play to guarantee yourself you'll get quality minutes. But I do want to play at least 9 guys. I've never done that before. I'm hoping that I can play 9 or 10 guys with some regularity. There might be games where one guy gets the minutes and another guy doesn't, but I like all 11. And all 11 have done things to merit opportunity. But eventually you have to say, okay, what is my core group of 8, 9 guys?
This is going to be an interesting basketball season.
No kidding. Got Coach Fisher here kind of changing his ways as far as getting his guys off the bench and into the game.
Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting, Coach. 11 guys.
Mm-hmm.
And, wow, talk about internal competition. You know, and Coach, I'd be curious to know what you think or what the team maybe thinks about the preseason predictions. Maybe you guys do or don't talk about it, but I don't know. There doesn't seem to be a tremendous amount of respect for what San Diego State has accomplished and the roster it has. I think you guys were picked somewhere in like the range of 4th in the conference. What do you make of that?
Not much, to be honest with you. I think New Mexico deserved to be picked first. They won the conference tournament. They have 4 of the 5 starters returning. They're going to be very good. They lost Steve Alford, their head coach, but Craig Neal is very good. He's taken over. So I think they deserve to be number 1.
Okay.
Vegas was 2, Boise 3, we were 4, and if one voter had changed their vote, we would have been second. So we were that close to being picked for second. But I think we're at a stage where we feel like we're good enough to compete for a league championship. So we're not offended when people say, hey, somebody picked them 4th. We will be ready to play in a very, very competitive league. that I do believe will be able to send or legitimately talk about 4 or 5 teams again with a chance to make the NCAA tournament.
Coach Steve Fisher on Scott Meyer on the Mighty 1090. By the way, the schedule is really good. I mean, next week, Arizona comes to town. You guys have a chance to go to play at Kansas, not to mention the teams that you've already mentioned at the top of the Mountain West Conference. This is a really, really good competitive schedule this year, Coach.
It really will be, Scott, BR. You mentioned Arizona, who's a top 5 team, Kansas, who may be the best team in the country. We go there to play. We have the University of Washington, Lorenzo Romar bringing his team here. We play in the event in Anaheim, which has got a great field. Creighton, who's going to have an exceptional team. Arizona State, Marquette, who's a top 20 team, and Miami of Florida are all in that event. So we'll be well tested and know all our areas that we need to make sure we get better in before league play.
Still scared to schedule the Razorbacks, huh, Coach?
Well, I think I may have told you, Jeff Long, the AD at Arkansas, was a grunt football GA when I was the assistant at Michigan. And
no kidding.
I've known Jeff for a long, long time.
Yeah,
and I'm happy for all his successes. He's going to chair. He'll be in a world of heat a year from now when he's chairing the selection committee for the Final Four in the football playoffs.
Yeah, that's going to be quite a position to find himself in. You just blame everything on Condoleezza Rice or Archie Manning or anybody else on that selection committee.
Right.
Without question. I think they might need that this year if things go the way they are right now.
Yeah, actually, big game coming up here real shortly between Oregon and Stanford. Coach, you going to be watching any football tonight, college football, or maybe the Washington-Minnesota NFL game?
I can't afford to have the football channel. That it cost you to get that, but I will watch Oregon Stanford. I'm anxious to see how that game goes, and maybe even turn on a little bit of NBA as it goes, and also watch another tape on Riverside.
There you go.
That's it.
Hey,
I got
Coach,
a nice evening. I'm going to grill pork chops in a minute.
Grill them up. Coach, I'm going to ask you, and if you shut me down, I will understand it and I will respect it, but I want to ask you how your son Mark is doing.
He turns 35 on Sunday. He and his wife are expecting their first child, our first grandson, in 4 weeks. We're very excited about that, and we are practicing what we preach. We're living every day to its fullest and enjoying it immensely.
What can you tell us, again, if you're willing to discuss it? If not, again, I promise I'll drop it and I'll respect it, but what can you tell us about what's going on in his world right now?
I don't think I want to get into that, Scott, with you right now on the air. I know you respect that.
I do. 1,000%. I just said I would ask because I know people would be interested, but I think not only will I, but everybody else who's listening would understand. It's private. It's cool. It's fine by me, Coach.
Okay.
I do appreciate you sharing, though, that he's doing good and that you guys are expecting a little grandchild here coming up real soon. Mazel tov, Coach.
Yeah, we're very excited about that.
Well, that's going to be great.
Yeah.
Good for you guys. What a great couple of weeks coming up for you. You get the tip-off of the season, new grandchild coming into the world. This is going to be terrific, Coach.
I'm with you, without question.
Oh, that's right. Live every minute. That's for sure. Coach Fisher, tomorrow Billy Ray and I will be broadcasting live from Viejas Arena. We can't wait to see you guys, and so proud to be the home of the Aztecs. Coach, thank you so much.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, gang, we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks for all you do for San Diego sports, and in particular for the Aztecs.
Coach, just one final thing. I just realized I should tell you this. Billy Ray and I are sitting right there on the bench tomorrow night. So
if you want to put us in.
Or you want to discuss any
some
ideas.
Advice from Scott.
You want to discuss any thoughts
right.
mid-game? We're going to be sitting right there, right by you, Coach.
I know I won't have to ask. I'll hear you, Scott. So I'll just my ears perked up and listen to what you have to say.
I'll be yelling out the names of the plays.
Oh, that's great.
Coach, it's great talking to you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Coach.
You also. Bye-bye.